Oh, goody.
Alright, what's going on, everybody? Zombies here again. And today we've got our first episode of my Inscryption playthrough. So this is going to be a blind playthrough. I've not played this game before. Had it recommended to me by Tankster. Sounded really cool. Sounds like it is about a single player card game, and there are some thriller and horror elements kind of thrown in the mix. Other than that, I don't really know too much about it, as the main piece of advice I was given is to basically go into it as blind as possible for the best experience. So that is basically what I've done. Haven't really looked up anything about the game, and we're just gonna dive in and experience it. So without further ado, let's press this ominous looking play button and see what happens.
Okay, time to figure out what's on this thing.
Well, this looks cool. New game. Can we not choose new game? Do we just have to continue? Because I haven't started this before. It's kind of strange. Alrighty then. Another challenger. Has been ages. Perhaps you have forgotten how this game is played. Allow me to remind you. Play the squirrel card. Alright, so we got some cards here. Wolf, Stoat, squirrel. Guess we'll play our squirrel. Ah, I see. Those are keys. So now we play the Stoat on top of the squirrel. Stoat costs 1 blood. Sacrifices must be made. Ah. Honorable death. Play the Stoat. Wolves require 2 sacrifices. We don't have enough. Ring the bell to end our turn and commence combat. Our Stoat's unopposed. Number on the bottom left is its attack. Stoat dealt 1 damage and was added to the scale. You win if you tip my side all the way down. Like this. Your Stoat stands in the way of my coyote. Coyote dealt 2 damage to the Stoat. That means your Stoat's health is 2 less. If a creature's healing reaches 0, it dies. Now it's our turn. You may draw from your deck, or you may draw a squirrel. So I think we want a squirrel. How dull. We'll play our squirrel. And now we can sacrifice for the wolf. Beast is sacrificed but not removed from my deck. Its suffering was real, but you will see it again. Alright, we got our wolf. I guess we attack. There's nothing else we can do. Because you are learning, I will pass. Again, the choice. A random card from your deck or the certainty of a squirrel. We'll take the random card. You are lacking sacrifices. So I guess we just hit the bell. 3 damage dealt. 3 ways on the scale. Pass. So I guess we have to take a squirrel. We'll play the squirrel. And just attack again. You've won this match. They won't all be so easy. Let me recall your story. Oh yes. You were lost deep in the forest. A single path revealed itself. Two denizens of the forest approach you tentatively. The undying cat. Sacrificing the poor beast does not kill it. The caustic adder. Damage from its poison bite is always lethal. Only one may grace your paltry deck. We're gonna take the cat. Another creature joins our caravan. Some of the creatures of the forest seemed willing to follow you. You came across an abandoned sack. You found a squirrel in a bottle. Break in case of emergency. And have a second. Another useful implement. I'll allow you to tip the scales with it. 3 is as much as you can carry. You were ambushed while crossing some rough terrain. Well, this is, that's a little sus. You may now see my moves ahead of time. Okay. So, what do we want to do? We have a boulder. So they have a wolf they're gonna play, it looks like. They've got some stumps, and we have a boulder. So we'll play our squirrel. Ah. Need I remind you your items help? Many lives. When a card bearing the sigil is sacrificed, does not perish. Alright, well, let's use our squirrel in the jar. And then... what does this do exactly? One, 3, 1, 6. Maybe we'll just summon this. Alright. And I think that's all we're gonna do. Mind the ambitious wolf cub. It ages swiftly. I think we want a squirrel. Play a squirrel. Can we move these? Not really. Doesn't look like. And how about we sacrifice the squirrel for a stoat? Okay. The airborne bat flies over creatures to attack directly. Oh, that's not good. Ha, my bat flew right over your stoat. Uh-oh. Let's draw from the deck. We got a wolf. Maybe we just leave things. We could break our emergency squirrel, but I don't think we really need to. You'll place a weight on the scales. Alright. Okay, so the stoat killed it. That's good. We want a squirrel. And we'll play a squirrel. And then we'll grab our squirrel from the jar. Play that too. Use it to summon a wolf. And then attack. Alright. You prevailed and trekked onwards past the now bloodied terrain. The young wolf cub. It grows into a wolf after a single turn. The meek sparrow. An inexpensive, if feeble, flying creature. We're gonna take the bird. You stumbled into some strange stones in the mist. You were compelled to choose a worthy sacrifice, one that will be lost forever. Ooh. The cat or the bird? We're gonna sack the cat. And choose the stoat. A ghastly spectacle, but the soul of the cat now lives in the stoat. Ooh. Behold my totem. Inscribes my canine cards with the airborne sigil. Airborne. A card bearing this sigil will strike an opponent directly, even if there is a creature opposing it. Well, that's scary. No draw on the first turn. Let's summon a sparrow. Jeez. Maybe I should have saved my squirrels. Oh no. We've lost. Using this as a learning opportunity may be the only way to mitigate my disappointment. Get up. Get up from the table. Fetch me the candlestick from atop the barrel beside the door. Bring it here. Now sit back down. Let me explain something to you. That was one of the 2 mistakes you can make here. If you make another, I must sacrifice you. Now where were we? Well, that's creepy. Proud wolf. The flighty elk. I'll take the elk. Let's see what this fire is about. You come across a small group of survivors. Faces shrunken from starvation. They huddled around a campfire. They looked upon your group of creatures and beckoned. Come, warm one of your creatures by the fire. Warm it by the fire. That will enhance its power. You noticed one of the survivors wiping drool from their mouth. Not gonna trust it with the Stoat. It's a little suspect, but let's do we'll do the sparrow. The fire warmed the poor sparrow, enhancing its power. One of the survivors reached toward it. Another gnashed their teeth. Without a word, you pulled the sparrow away from the fire and left. Bam. Stoat's going off. They got a bear. We have a tree. What can we do to deal with this bear? Let's place this and summon the Stoat. Back on the board. Alright, well that grizzly bear is a problem. We need a squirrel. We'll block it with this. Or try to. Play the squirrel. Sack it in the Stoat. For a wolf. Swing. Regular card. Elk. Don't really want to sack for this, right? I think we can just punch and win. Nice. Yeah, this game's really cool so far. I'm digging this. We're gonna go this way. I want to see what the backpack has. The ornery porcupine. Sharp quills await those who dare attack it. The stalwart snapper. A near impenetrable defense. And another sparrow. This card was really good for blocking something big, but 2 sacrifice is kind of tough. Let's take the porcupine. A powerful item. Turn this, and I'll skip my next turn. Wow. Okay. A rock may get you out of a hard place. Choose one. Oh, its bleeding yields 3 blood if you can ignore the bleeding. Black goat is created in your hand. Ah, okay, you can sacrifice once for it, but then you can use it to sack 3. That's pretty cool. I think we want the... That's tough, actually. We're gonna take the squirrel in a bottle. Feeling overburdened enough with a full 3 items you carried on. This looks like it might be... boss? Oh. The trees seemed to close in around you as a chill mist descended. In the distance, you could hear the clinking of metal stone. A hobbled figure stood in your path. The Prospector. Alright. Pack mule and a coyote. Thorny Rebuke. I think we need a squirrel. Squirrel. And just swing. Another squirrel. All right. We got a wolf. I think this is fine. And we make them skip their next turn? Oh. Whoa, okay. Dag nabbit my mule. He's obligated to pass. So we need more squirrels. What does the bullfrog do? We're just gonna summon Sparrow. I hope you didn't think it would be that easy. There's gold in them cards. Uh-oh. Gold. I've struck gold. So they have a bloodhound. When an opposing creature is placed opposite to an empty space, a card bearing this sigil will move to that empty space. Okay. So these just have health, but they can't attack, but maybe they can be sacrificed. We have to choose. We want a card from the deck, I think. You're out of space. Oh. Get him. Okay. Well, this is annoying, huh? How are we supposed to get rid of these? Are we just supposed to try and block it? I guess that's what we'll do. So now we can try and fight back a little. All right. We will squirrel. It's our last squirrel, so we do have to be a little careful. Let's just do it again. Nice. Allow me to light your candles once more. I won't be killing you quite yet. You're the first in a while to overcome a boss. As a reward, you are granted an opportunity to select a rare card. Choose carefully. Poor abandoned child. It does not die when sacrificed, but do you have the heart to try? The uninspiring Gek. Perhaps you can find a use for it. This level of brutish strength needs no explanation. What do we want here? The big dude who needs 4 sacrifices. The Gek who needs none. Or child 13. Another kind of repeating sacrifice. I think it's between these two. We're gonna go with Gek purely off of this awesome art. With the sound of the Prospector's pickaxe still ringing in your ears, carried onwards. The rank smell of rotten mold permeated the humid air. Every step forward was answered by some nearby slip or slither. You tread cautiously into the wetlands. Alright, I think that's gonna do it for part 1. We got kind of the general feel of the game down. We beat our first boss, and honestly, so far I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying this game. Really looking forward to seeing where it goes from here. More cool cards, more cool fights, and plenty of spooky stuff along the way. So, if you enjoyed it, do remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.